used to work 18-hour days, 7 days a week. I'd be up at 5 in the morning in front of my computer until 11 at night. I was so exhausted. Just couldn't keep going. I'd take short breaks for lunch. Oh, and you better not make lunch plans for me. There was no time for that. Everything was on the run. The days I would finish at midnight but not have to get up until 7 the next day, I would treat that like a treat. I'd always say, oh, as soon as I'm done with this, I'm going to take a nice relaxing bath and get a good night's sleep. Lie. I'd be so tired I just wanted to crash. This went on for years. I'd take a half day off for Thanksgiving and a half day off for Christmas. I was miserable and too busy to even notice. Have you ever felt that way? Today, I'm going to tell you why this whole concept of work-life balance is BS, a balanced story, and what you should be designing for instead. Because balance assumes everything deserves equal weight, and it doesn't. Boy, did I learn this one the hard way. When I had no external resources left, all the money was gone, I was dealing with a major personal loss, I suddenly realized that what I was working to build was not what mattered most to me anyways. I could not keep going physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. I felt broke. I had taken a loan out on my soul that I could not pay back. I had poured years into something that was not filling me. I was fully drained. I hated the way I felt. I had not built a business, but a job that was worse than the one I had left. That's why I start with my clients on building a life they love, doing work that lights them up. Because here's what I learned. You don't build a business and then try to balance your life around it. You design the life you want first, and then you build a business that serves that life. Look at everyone trying to play the balance game. Everyone loses. When we were kids, there'd be days that my parents would get home from work and they'd take us out for dinner, or we'd go see a movie, or go roller skating, or we'd go play basketball, or a gazillion other things. We'd do homework too, but there was time. Now, I don't know anyone who does that. There is no time. No one has it. Everyone is rushing. Just slow down. If the finish line is the end of your life, then why are you running so fast to get there anyways? Why are you in such a hurry? Here's what I've realized. It's about integration and not about balance. It's about alignment. It's about designing your business around the life you actually want to live and not the life you think you should want. Who said you have to be a millionaire? If $100,000 a year allows you to be a star in multiple areas of your life, then do that. For instance, I have a lot of clients who are mothers, and what they care about most is being there for their kids, for homework, for transport, for moral support, for emotional support. They want to do it. And so if they want to do that, then they don't have to give that up. If $100,000 per year will allow them to do that in a way that gives them no regrets and joy, then do that and structure your business around giving you that life. Not everyone has to build $1 million business. How do you go about structuring that? First off, it's not up to the market to decide your availability. It's up to you to create a client base for your business that can work with the availability you have and create ways to serve them. I have a friend who was homeschooling her kids, and so it was a challenge to build a business and homeschool the kids until she realized that it was a challenge that all homeschooling moms faced. She started marketing her services to homeschooling moms because she could serve them better than anyone else, because she lived those same day-to-day challenges. She was a medical professional. She was working online. Huge difference. She went from being one in a million to being the only one in that space. That's why niching is so important. And when you create your ideal client, you're creating your business, and that needs to feed into the life that you want to create and you want to live. Now, to make things integrate, the thing I'm most cautious with is my commitments. Once I say yes, I honor my word. So I'm very cautious about what I'll say yes to. Because yes to one thing is no to something else. I don't say yes to same day commitments ever. I use a calendar because it gives me freedom. I run my calendar. My calendar doesn't run me. If you want my time, it will be on my calendar. Before, back when I was working constantly and I had not yet learned what I know today about marketing and branding, anything that was a glimmer of hope for making money was an opportunity that I would say yes to. Now, I ask, how much time and attention will it take? Like, how much will it cost in terms of energy? And what are the possible returns? This is a great way to filter out distractions that aren't going to get you anywhere anyway. ROI for me is not on finances. It's on my time, attention, and the life that I'm spending while I'm working on something. Here's what my day looks like now. I get up at 4 a.m. I meditate. 3 days a week, I do a strength and resistance training and a swim. 3 days a week, I do a run and a cycle. That's my time. I train 2 to 3 hours a day. You can't book a meeting with me then. I eat sitting at the table. I eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner at the table. I don't even do my snacks at the computer. These things are on my calendar. I have time booked for learning. If I don't learn every day, I can't grow. It's on my calendar. You can't book a call with me at 8 a.m. or before that. It's not available on my calendar. Even if you pay $2,500 for the call, the spots are not available on my calendar at that time. That time is reserved for the other priorities of my life. I chose this structure, and I choose this structure because it serves me. And sometimes I'll test out something new for a week or two and see if I find something else I like. The structure is rigid because it serves me. And when it doesn't serve me, I'll change it. I created it. And I've had to build systems to support this. To truly own my time, to build a life I love, I made a list of things I hate doing. I outsource everything that I can that does not bring me joy or bring me closer to my ultimate goals. It means I have someone who executes my nutrition plan, who prepares my food, because health is a top priority. And I hate going to the grocery store, and I hate cooking, and I hate cleaning up afterwards. And so I have someone who comes and cleans my house too, because that's not a good use of my time, nor is it something I enjoy. Just yesterday, I hired a friend to take my bike in for maintenance. I don't want to run across town to drop off and to pick up a bike. These are not formal arrangements. It's, hey, will you take my bike to the shop tomorrow? And then I pay you like an Uber. Just tell me how much you charge. We're both happy. It always has to be a win-win. We're not talking about favors here. So here's the big takeaway. Don't build chaos and try to balance it out. Build a life you want by choosing what you say yes to carefully. Protect your priorities and delegate all the other parts from there. Most people create a mess, working all hours, saying yes to everything, letting technology gobble up their time, and then they try to find balance within that chaos, and it's backwards and it doesn't work. And just a note on technology here. We allow technology to gobble up our time, and that's creating stress for us. And then we look to technology, we Google remedies for stress, which gobbles up more time and creates more stress. Stop trying to balance everything equally. Start by solving for the lifestyle you actually want, and then scale up as your desires scale up. Design your business around your energy patterns, your family priorities, your health goals. Just like my friend did around being a homeschooling mom, not just a physician. Know yourself. And remember, if people want to judge you for having boundaries, that's their problem. I always tell people when I'm available. If someone calls and invites me out this weekend and I got something else going, I'll say I'm available on July 15th. But I give them my availability. I'm clear up front with clients too. They know I have a bedtime. They know I'm in bed by 8 p.m. and that I shut down my computer at 6. They know the times of the day that I check WhatsApp and email. And that way, I haven't created an expectation that I can't fulfill. They know when I'm available. Here's one final thing that's very important. It's all about knowing the game you are playing and choosing that game. I still work most weekends, for instance, and I'm not saying no to other things to do that. That's the balance, that's the integration that I want. That gives me more life. I leave specific tasks for the weekend that I love doing, and I look forward to it all week. I know what it takes to be in the game I'm playing. So just be clear with yourself about the level you're playing at. Then there's no disappointment, there's no guilt, there's no frustration, and there's no unmet expectations. You don't need work-life balance. You need alignment between what you say matters and how you actually spend your time. Stop building a business that requires you to sacrifice everything that matters to you. Start by building a life instead, a life you love. Then create a business that serves that life. I'm Melissa Marchand, helping accomplished professionals build consulting businesses they love. If you know someone who's working themselves to death building a business and not a life, please share this episode with them.